Okay, you can turn around.
Turn around?
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
You ready?
Are you?
Yeah. Nervous, but
I'm going to have you turn around and face back toward everybody. Yeah.
here.
There you
You're
go.
on this side.
Well, aloha. That was a rehearsal. Aloha. Aloha, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here, supporting our beautiful, beautiful couple, Christina and Travis, on their beautiful Hawaiian wedding day. And I'm thrilled that you could all make it and be standing here at this very moment. My name is Kelehua, and I'd like to begin with an oli aloha. It's a welcome chant in Hawaiian language, and I'll explain its meaning and its significance in just a moment. Akahai e nā Hawaii, lo kahi aku like, olu olu kamana'o, ha'a ha'a kou kulana, aho nui a lana kila, aloha e, aloha e. If you'll please join me for a word of blessing, or pule, as we say in Hawaiian. E koma koma kua I loko o ka lani, e mahalo kākou ia oi no keia lā, a me na po'e a pau. E olu olu e ho'o mai kai oi, keia kane a me kia wahine, ma ko laua male ana. Ke no noi ha'a ha'a nei kākou no na pu'u vai ma kaukau mau. E ha'awi I ke aloha nui, ma kainoa o koma koma kua a me Yesu a me ka'uhane molele. Amene. Well, I want to talk about a word that's very special and appropriate in the Hawaiian culture. And that word is the word aloha. And we grow up learning it to mean hello, goodbye, greetings, and I love you. But the meaning that I want to share today is very special and appropriate for why we're here and for what we're celebrating. If you take the word and you split it almost in half, alo means to stand face to face, sharing something with someone that you love. Ha is your breath, your life, your spirit. And so later in the ceremony, the honi honi, the Hawaiian kiss, is so special because it's the sharing of your breath, your life, your love with this person that you've come so very far with. But the word aloha can be broken down further, and each letter stands for a word in the Hawaiian language that has to do with what love is all about. And so to begin, I chanted the oli aloha, and in it explains 5 key pieces that you've no doubt used along your journey to get here today. The first A stands for akahai, kindness, and that's where love begins. So if we go back to school when you first met, I would imagine that among the many qualities that you came to appreciate, one of those was kindness, akahai. The L stands for lokahi, unity, togetherness, and that's how love survives and endures over time. The O for olu olu, or gentleness and compassion, and the H for ha'a ha'a, or humility. The last A stands for aho nui, and the last line of the chant says, aho nui a lana kila. With patience comes the victory. And the two of you stand here today victorious. And I hope that you feel that way. Regardless of where you've been, how long or bumpy the road may or may not have been, nothing will be the same after today. You'll always have this person standing by your side and holding your hand and walking you through whatever season life may bring. And as we all now know for sure, life brings some pretty incredible seasons, wouldn't you agree? Some that we look back upon and remember fondly, and others that kind of knock us on our side and make us go, what just happened? And yet here you are in 2021, standing next to your best friend on a beach in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, saying, I do, I choose you. Families are given to us, children gifted, but our spouse, our partner, we get to choose with free will, with intention, with purpose, and you stand here today doing exactly that. Generations from now, after many years have passed, someone will look at your family history, your genealogy, and although they will have never met you and not have been among us today, they're going to see 2 names and a line drawn between those 2 names, symbolizing this very day, this hour, this year, where 2 completely separate family trees are becoming one. So this is your legacy and your heritage. And what I want you to do is you're going to turn toward one another. I'm going to take your flowers. Okay. Perfect. Here in Hawaii, we receive a lot of rain, and it's what makes everything so green and lush and beautiful. And if you look over at Diamond Head and along the Ko'olau Mountains, everything is green because of a lot of rain that we had recently. And the reason I talk about that is this. When you come to points in your relationship when it starts to rain, when the road is a little bumpier, the path a little windier, which is simply life sometimes, you remember that you just have to get through the rainy times to get to the most beautiful parts of your relationship with one another, where you look at this person that stands before you and you realize how much stronger, how much wiser you are, how much more love and peace, patience, kindness, understanding, self-control that you're gaining, as well as never to be forgotten grace, mercy, and forgiveness. And last but absolutely not least, a greater sense of humor. So the ability to laugh more and more with each passing year at things you didn't used to laugh at. And all together, because of that rain, you're stronger and better together. I want you to take a brief walk down memory lane as I ask you to think back to the very first day that you saw this person's face. Do you remember? Yeah, I want you to think back to your very first date. Do you remember where you went and what you ordered and what you wore and how you felt? Don't forget those details, because he's going to want to know one day in about 15 to 18 years maybe. I want you to think back to your very first kiss. This one he won't want to know, but remember where you were, who leaned in first, all of that. I want you to think back to the moment that you felt your heart choose this person to give your life to, the moment that you were sure, and that exciting moment when you knew that your partner was sure also. I want you to think back to every beautiful, amazing moment that led you to this very spot right here on a beautiful beach with family and friends that are surrounding you like a lei, where the sand is beneath our feet, the ocean is behind us. There's that famous trade wind through your hair, the trees dancing above and the sun shining down on your perfect Hawaiian wedding day. In Hawaiian culture, we honor our loved ones with lei for every special occasion. And so what I want to do is to have you join all four hands just like that, but in between your lei. So let go and then rejoin them inside. Yeah. And then I want you to look at your lei for just a moment. Each seed and shell and nut and flower that go into a lei represent the things that make you special and unique. And these are the things that you fell in love with each other for, the things that make you laugh and cry and sigh and giggle and get excited, and the things that make you exactly who you are. And as you present your lei to each other, what you're saying to this person is, I give you everything that I have and everything that I am. You're saying, I thank you for accepting me for exactly who and how I am, for knowing the real me, the depths of me, the intimate things others don't get to know. And you're saying, I thank you for growing up alongside me through the seasons we've already come through and the many, many more that have yet to come. With our pikai ceremony using water from the ocean, there's a place not too far from where you're staying in Waikiki where fresh water from the ko'olau flows down and mixes with the salt water. And it was a place where Hawaiians would go for healing and purification. And so I would love the privilege of blessing the past, the present, and to a beautiful, beautiful future. And in true Hawaiian fashion, you're going to take each other's lei and one at a time place it over each other's head and neck and give each other a kiss on the cheek.
Go for it. You want to go first? And kiss me on the cheek. You want to pull your hair through?
I want you to repeat after me your Hawaiian vows. You're going to say these words at the same time. I'm going to go very slow. You're going to say, Eia au.
Eia au.
Eia oi.
Eia oi.
Ika.
Ika.
Ho'i ho.
Ho'i o.
Ke aloha.
Ke aloha.
No kau.
No kau.
A kau.
A kau.
E kipa mai.
E kipa mai.
Ke aloha.
Ke aloha.
Aloha vau.
Aloha vau.
Ya oi.
Ya oi.
I know you can't hear them, but they did a really amazing job. Do you want to know what you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What did they promise each other here on this island? You said, Eyao, here I am. Eya oi, and here you are. I kaho'iho ke aloha, as we are surrounded by our love. No kaua kau for all of time. E kipa mai ke aloha. Let us remember to invite love back in. Aloha vau ya oi means for it is you that I love. In Hawaiian culture, we use the term one hanau, which means sands of my birth, and it talks a little bit about where one is from and who they are. So what I want to do is give you each a satchel of sand, and I want you to look at your sand for just a moment. Your sand is made of the same material, but each grain is unique and special, just as you are unique and special to one another. And I want you to symbolically pour out your hearts to each other as you open your satchels. And at the same time, you're going to pour your sand into this larger bag. So go ahead. Perfect. Your satchels will go right inside. And you're going to close up your bag.
Can hold it together.
Your individual sand has mixed, never to be separated again, just as you shall never be separated. And you'll have a little bit of the beach to take home with you to remind you of your vows and your promises to one another on this day, okay? And I'm gonna hold on to that for you because what I'd like you to do now, Travis, I want you to take the ring that's gonna go on your bride's hand, okay? Christina, you're going to bring your hand forward and down just like that, and you're going to place it with your left hand right on her finger halfway, okay?
Halfway?
Yep, that's perfect. I would love the privilege and the honor of blessing the past, the present, into an amazing future. Okay. And I want you to repeat after me as you look at your bride. You're going to say to her, "This vow is my promise,
This vow is my promise,
and this ring my gift of love for you.
and this ring my gift of love for you,
With all that I have
with all that I have
and all that I am,
and all that I am.
I promise to always
I promise to always
be faithful and honest,
be faithful and honest,
patient and kind.
patient and kind.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in us,
I will believe in us,
because love never fails.
because love never fails.
Wherever our paths take us,
Wherever our paths take us,
we go together.
we go together.
For all of my days,
For all of my days,
I give myself to you."
I give myself to you.
You're going to place the ring all the way on her finger. And now, Christina, you're going to take the ring that's going to go on Travis's hand. And you're going to place it halfway on his finger. And you're going to hold it there. You go, perfect. And I'm going to bless the past, the present, to a beautiful future. And I want you to repeat after me. As you look at your groom, you're going to say to him, "This vow is my promise,
This vow is my promise,
and this ring my gift of love for you.
and this ring my gift of love to you,
With all that I have
with all that I have
and all that I am,
and all that I am.
I promise to always
I promise to always
be faithful and honest,
be faithful and honest,
patient and kind.
patient and kind.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in you.
I will believe in
I
us,
will believe in us,
because love never fails.
because love never fails.
Wherever our paths take us,
Wherever our paths take us,
we go together.
we go together.
For all of my days,
For all of my days,
I give myself to you."
I give myself to you.
You're going to place the ring all the way on his finger. We've come to the most intimate and sacred part of the ceremony, the honi honi, the Hawaiian kiss. And this is where the word aloha, the meaning, comes from. Oftentimes around Polynesia, you'll see folks greet one another with the honi honi. Alo, to stand face to face, sharing something with someone that you love. Ha is your breath, your life, your spirit. And what you're going to do is gently place your foreheads and your noses together. You're going to close your eyes and just breathe. So go ahead, foreheads and noses. Ho'onani ka makua mau, keiki me ka uhane no, ke akua mau, ho'o mai ka ipu, ko ke ia'au, ko ke lau, Amen. I want you to take a deep breath in and release. And as you stand back and look at each other, I have the most important question of the day to ask each of you. Christina, do you take this man to be your husband, your partner, your best friend, and your most special companion all the days of your life?
I do.
Travis, do you take this beautiful woman to be your wife, your partner, your best friend, and your most special companion all the days of your life?
I do.
Then by the power vested in me here in the state of Hawaii, it is most certainly my privilege, my pleasure, and my honor to present you as husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. A big round of applause. One more big hug and kiss. Go for it. I'm going to pass you your flowers because I would like everyone to welcome our brand new couple as they make their first walk down the aisle as husband and wife. Another round of applause.